This Let's Play was made possible by these generous patrons. And we are back.
More triangle and square madness.
Triangle and square and spiky balls and lines and razor blades and cogs and I can't think of anything else.
And it's funny because I
say exponents.
Exponents. I subbed for a math class.
Yeah.
And this was like, how do you not know math? It's like, because I haven't looked at this since I was your guys' age.
How do you not know math? Because some of this isn't practical towards my personal life. So
yeah, and all your teachers gave me was the answer key without any instructions on how to get to that thing. It's like, I don't remember exponents.
Show your work!
Just show me one example so I know what to do. And eventually I just had to look up on the internet and go like, okay, how do you... What do they want? And all it was just simplifying exponents, but I didn't remember that. It'd been so long.
I don't even know what an exponent is.
Exponents when they have like a big number and a little number attached on the right top corner to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So just like multipliers or whatever?
Yeah. And
essentially
like
is what you're doing?
Basic algebra.
Isn't it you just multiply the number by itself or something like that?
Yeah, so like if it was 2 to the 5th power, you would times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
Isn't it the result of 2 times 2 and then that times 2 and then I forget how it goes.
Yeah, you keep multiplying by itself 5 times. Or
so whatever. It's not 2 times 2 and then 2 times 2 and then 2 times 2. It's 2 times 2, which is, which is, what, 4? And then, well.
Oh, I thought it was you.
And then it's what, 4 times 2, which is 8, and then 8 times 2, which is 16, and then 16 times 2 is 32? Is that like what
something
we're getting at?
like that? But the funny thing is like that's not what they're actually trying to do, and they're just trying to simplify exponents. So a lot of it was just subtracting exponents and adding exponents and simplifying them down.
Math. That's what you get at 10 more minutes.
Pretty much. Get more math problems.
I failed. Math is the only class I ever failed.
Math is...
I do blame my teacher for not taking the time
Miss
to
M,
help me understand.
Yeah,
I don't even remember her name. She's a big fucking Amazon of a woman.
Yeah, we had the same teacher.
She was mean, man. She was like, well, you're not paying attention in class. I'm like, I am, but I don't understand what's going on, so it's hard for me to like really pay attention because it all sounds like gibberish to me. She's like, well, you can come in after class then and try and learn because we hold like a tutoring session. I'm like, okay, so I showed up and then she ignored me there. I'm like, what the fuck? You were not making it easy. But in my defense, 4 or 5 kids failed that class out of like 40 kids. So I'm like, this isn't college. This is high school algebra. Yeah. What the fuck is going on? She made it so impossibly hard to...
I liked her as a person, but she
didn't care for her because she was super mean to me.
She was nice to me.
It felt like she had like a vendetta against me, and I'm like, that's mean, that's wrong.
Yeah, she was nice to me, but most teachers weren't.
I had an awesome science teacher. And,
Mr. F?
Yeah.
Mr.
And we discussed it before. God damn it. Hurt myself
trying to save you. Not in a long time, though.
And he was amazing because he made science fun. And that's what I wanted for math. And they fucked it up.
Yeah, now you're doing D&D, which is all math.
Yeah. I like patterns, and I like math, and I don't like math, but I like understanding subjects.
Concepts and subjects.
And the fact that I couldn't, and she like not refused to teach me, but like basically called me out on like the ability to learn it, and then just didn't just was like, oh well, you can't learn it, fuck it, and then called me like a lost cause. I'm like, you know what, fuck you then. Fuck math. And that's not the right attitude, but I was a teenager. Like, what did you want me to do?
Yeah,
like, you know,
she was not very good at helping people who didn't innately understand math.
I was not good at it ever initially anyway. God damn it!
I was okay with it until 7th grade, and then my teacher left halfway through the year, so I had subs.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It sounds like my early, my grade school, middle school?
Yeah.
My middle school thing.
Subs for like 6 months, and then the next year I had a teacher that did not care. She just gave us A's. It was algebra, so like, and I was just like, I was a kid, so I wasn't forcing myself to learn. I was just drawing.
Yeah.
And then I got put into pre-calculus math, and I just was completely lost, which is where we met. But yeah, I had no idea what the fuck to do, so I struggled for like 4 years in math. I was telling some of my middle schoolers, it's like, dude, I get it, middle school's not important, but it fucking is, because if you don't pay attention now,
middle school's not important.
You're gonna get screwed.
Wow, Sam, as a teacher, That does not sound good coming out of you.
Well, because when people look at it, they're like, well, only thing that matters like is your high school grades, because that's what gets in college. Like,
Well, yeah, your middle school grades don't matter, but you understanding the concepts of it does.
That's what I would tell them. It's like it's not about the grades, guys. It's about the fact that if you don't pay attention now, when you get to high school, you're gonna have no idea what the fuck to do.
It's gonna be a lot harder, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have no concept on how to solve the problems and write the essays.
Yeah, I get that. I'll try and get you if I can. Fuck, I don't
The
think I
problem
can.
with a lot of teachers, they don't do it.
Time minute.
They don't do enough of a job
God
to
damn it. I got knocked out.
really just break it down for you, like why it's important.
Yeah.
Like they just expect you, like, well, it's important because I say it is. It's like that's not good enough to a kid.
Yeah, that wasn't personally what happened with me, but I see what you're saying.
Well, I just meant like some math and science teachers are like that. Like
Yeah.
they throw so much at you instead of like really like, hey, let's make sure everyone's at a basic level.
It wasn't even at so much. It was just like it got past me, and then from there, every concept builds on it. It's math. Every concept after that builds on previous concepts.
Yeah.
So if I didn't get one and I couldn't get the help I needed to fully understand it, then I'm pretty much fucked because I tried to stay after class. I tried to go to like the little tutoring session, and none of it made any additional sense beyond that. So I'm like, well, I'm just fucked then. I'm just gonna give up because I can't learn the basics. It's not gonna help me teach me.
I was good at math until like around 7th grade, but then I had that string of like a year and a half where I didn't really learn, and then I was so far behind, I would barely pull C's in pre-calculus, just knowing that I was always playing catch up. I was always yards and yards behind everyone else. So even though
I could use yards.
Even though I would do my best, like I was just never able to fully catch up because I was so far behind. One thing I hated though was I hated geometry.
Geometry.
It's a fucking line. Why do I need to know it's telemetry or whatever?
Telemetry.
Yeah.
I don't know enough to tell you if that was real or not.
I don't remember enough to know if it is or not either. But like, why do I need to know on a graph like that this line is X and Y comparison? Like, I can draw you a freaking triangle if that's what you want. And you're like, no, it's not right.
I thought you were gonna say like, I can draw you Mario if that'll help.
It looks like
like any character. I can draw. I'm like, Sam, this is math. You can't just draw your way out of everything.
It's just a triangle. It's an octagon. It looks exactly like that octagon. What's the difference? And I could never get a teacher to tell me how it was different. And it wasn't until I became an adult and I realized, oh, yeah, algebra does have purposes probably in the real world for some applications, but it's really just teaching about critical thinking. Like, that's it. Like, that's the main purpose behind math, is teaching you critical thinking skills. Because after you get past multiplication, division, and like addition and subtraction, and maybe, I guess, fractions, decimals being more important, but you kind of learn those basic concepts. Nothing else is really going to be prevalent to 80% of kids going through life.
Normal life.
Normal life. Most people aren't going to use that.
It's important to learn, but
it's important to learn, but I always like tell it to my kids, and I was like, it's like what am I going to use algebra? It's like, well, you're not. That's not what's important. Important is the fact that you're working on your critical thinking skills, because you're solving problems where you don't have the answer, which is fucking life in a nutshell.
Yeah, the solutions, but or you don't have the solutions. You have what?
You have a problem, and you have to figure out
the theory of how to. I don't know the correct terminology mathematically, because the solution's the answer. Like, you don't have the answer, but you have. Woo!
He's happy boy, happy joy.
And I get what you're saying. I love you, Square.
Like, I didn't come to that.
I love you too. I'm helicopter.
I didn't come to that realization until I was 30, and it's like, wow, I wish I'd realized that as a kid.
It's a kiddie square. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I think we have one more triangle.
I think there's one more triangle. Yeah. The alarms are going off. She's like, "Don't take my son." Yeah, one more triangle.
All right, Jello boys.
Let's do it. Oh man,
that's gross.
Spiky sperms.
Ew.
They're locking themselves in? No, that's unacceptable. We need to destroy this tower. Just destroy the base and it'll fall. Watch, just like explode out, and all the little spermy dudes explode out and knock them off the edge.
I think it's gonna go up the top and it's gonna be too much weight and it's gonna topple over.
I think we fight him at the top probably, and then he'll fall down. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Oof.
All right, so, well, we need to hit this lever. Okay, so we gotta beat these levels.
Here we go.
You got this, Samuel.
You got this.
We could beat this stuff.
Hey, it's Sheerbon again.
Oh God. Oh buddy. Oh, this is fast. I don't, one thing I do not like about this is when I get hit, I turn kind of pink, which makes it hard for me to realize where I am outside of, like, the rest of the pink levels, you know?
Yeah.
But I get why they do it. And you kind of give you some iframes in there. Oof. These, EQ effects are a little crazy. God damn it.
I kind of wish...
Oh, I thought that... Wait, didn't that checkpoint heal us?
No. Because
What
we
the
both
fuck?
died before we hit it. Oh, wait, no, we hit the checkpoint.
No, I hit the checkpoint. Yeah, that's
You
why I
only
was like, why did I instantly die? Whoa!
Wow, we're going
Whoa!
Tron shit now.
I like this. Makes me want to watch Stranger Things.
I still have not seen that second season.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, man.
I don't know why, but just, I don't know. I just haven't been...
It's not drawing.
I get, maybe that is it.
That's why.
It must be that, like, it's
Ooh.
live action, so I don't care as much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is, man. You're just like, fuck it. It's not exactly what I like.
And it's not even that. Like, I really enjoyed season 1, but I don't know. I keep seeing season 2, and people are like, season 3, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Ooh, you can't touch the pinky pinks like the 3D pinks. You can't go down here to touch the very top or the bottom. Oh, fuck. Trying to save you. Trying to save you.
Like, every time I like, I'll start season 2, and I'm like, I don't feel like watching.
Yeah. I think you just become disinterested and then write things off and never give them a second chance.
And it's not even disinterested, because I like the first season, and like, if someone's like, we're gonna watch season 2, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll watch that. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I wouldn't like go like, now unless I had something really important I was gonna do. But
Yeah, but you would rather draw, so your something important is always in lieu of the thing that you want to do.
True.
So it's like, well, you never get the chance to get the second chance.
I just wouldn't call it as I wouldn't call it as writing off, because it's not like a.
I'm not. I didn't have a better word to put in there.
Yeah,
I'm not good with words, man.
It's like, I'm not disinterested. It's just like, it's not a priority.
Yeah, that's a better word.
Now,
It's not your priority.
Walking Dead, fuck that show.
I gave up on that a long time ago. Whoa, I just literally just like, fuck that wall.
So you mean there's no resolution to the zombie virus? Sorry, spoilers.
I mean, if they're that far behind.
Sorry, you get to the end.
That's something that you get at like season 1 or 2.
Into season 1.
I think it's season 2.
As soon as I learn
because you don't know what he says.
Yeah.
So you don't know until season 2. But yeah, what are they on, season 7 or 8 now?
Something, but then
Sorry
it's-
for the spoilers, guys. 5 years later.
Season 1 is just like, there's no solution to the zombie virus. Like, there isn't? Okay, I'm done. You're just going through these characters that I don't really like.
It's the story of the characters.
I know
It's not the story of the damn zombie virus. The zombies are secondary characters.
And I didn't like the characters.
Well,
so
exactly. That was the problem that I had with
like,
it. I hated the
done.
characters. Everybody's like, oh, they're so good. I'm like, you have low standards for characters, because these characters most of them show minimal growth, or when their growth is shown. And then,
like Rick was,
you're like, yeah, that's great.
I'd rather
Afterwards,
read the
they
comic.
double back. It's kind of like Incredibles 1, Incredibles 2. Incredibles 1 was great because they had character growth. Incredibles 2 doubles it back.
I don't think so.
Okay, they learn to work as a family, and then they instantly forget how to work as a family, right?
No, I don't see it as that way at all.
They work together as a family to destroy the giant machine thing, and then they can't even take down the Underminer?
I've seen a couple of, like, that was their very first outing together as a family, like, working
No,
together.
the machine was.
Yeah, but, like, yeah, they worked well in that, but, like, they're still, like, they got lucky that time. I wouldn't say,
They
like...
worked well as a team. They communicated, and then during the Underminer,
I've seen a couple
they acted
of-
like a brand new set of heroes.
I don't agree with that. Like,
Okay.
I see it as, like, hey, the first time they were working together, they got kind of lucky, and, like, yeah, they pulled it out of their sockets, but, like, you know, Dash is still a kid. They're still young. They're still gonna make mistakes, just like any other superhero. Like,
I
when people
understand
are like,
why they made mistakes, but at the same time, I'm like, aren't you kind of doubling back? We want to see them work as a team. Now that we know that they can be a team, I want to see them work as a team, and there was almost none of that.
I kind of like the fact that, like, yeah, they got lucky that first time, but now it's like reality is set in again. Hey, it's not always gonna go as perfect as you want it to be.
It seemed seemed like they were negating a bunch of the stuff that would have made it better.
I don't know. I loved Incredibles 2. I thought it was a good sequel. I like the first one better still, but all those videos like, Incredibles 2 is garbage. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
I didn't say it was garbage.
I didn't say you were, but I've seen other videos where they like try and label it as garbage. And I was like, no.
I haven't seen any of those.
Get out of here. You want to talk about garbage? Go watch Shark Tale. That's garbage.
Excuse me, Shark Tale is a masterpiece of animation and screenwriting.
Yeah, it's fantastic storytelling.
Didn't you get the double entendre of the name?
Yeah.
From there, automatically, it is Emmy-worthy.
Exactly.
Wait, Emmys are TV, right? Or movies?
Emmys are TV, I think.
Okay. It is definitely not Razzie-worthy.
No.
I used that one correctly, right? Let's finish up these last levels.
Yeah, I guess I just get tired of the overcritical, like, movie things that come on YouTube all the time. It's like, I just want to enjoy something every now and then instead of just picking it apart all the time.
007.
No.
Well, I like it because then it's not in the echo chamber of, I keep saying that because that's my topic for today. You're not in the echo chamber of like, oh, I just love it because I love it. It's a thing I love. It's you have to do like a critical thinking about it and be like, oh yeah, that's a good point, or I disagree, or as a counterpoint, this or that, type of thing. But just to be like, why can't we just enjoy things for enjoying things? It's like, yeah, that has some like aspects. Yeah, I agree. But not everything needs to be invincible against people saying like, hey, I had certain problems with this.
People are allowed to, but I just think some people are way too nitpicky. It's like,
well, that's their channel, man. Like,
yeah, I know.
That's
why I don't subscribe to them.
You don't have to. I'm just saying, I'm bringing up points about not like.
It's one reason why like
not
you
being
love...
a super devoted fan and finding no flaws in things.
What is it?
I love Fooly Cooley,
no.
But I find flaws in it. Even the first season, I found a lot of flaws.
Like you
in the
love
second
CinemaSins,
season.
and I can't stand that shit. Like that just is so vapid and bothers me to no end.
I get that, yeah, because they're not trying to make critical, like changes to stuff.
Like it was funny when it first premiered. It's kind of like it's like rap battles. It was interesting when it first came out. Now it's been so done and over the top. It doesn't have any more punch to it anymore. It's like you guys are just kind of doing the same thing you've been doing forever.
Oof, this level's hard.
Really anything interesting to say anymore.
Fuck, I'm trying to get you in time.
Nice job.
Got you, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice, thank you. I get what you're saying, man. I wouldn't use CinemaSins as like a defense of what I'm trying to say.
No.
But I understand what you're saying about CinemaSins. Yeah, you're right. It can be that.
But no, there's nothing
it's
wrong
more
with
playful
being,
than anything.
There's nothing wrong with being about critical about movies.
I think I'm talking about. I think it's the Screenwriter 01 is the channel or something like that. Or what is it? Coffee something. There's a couple of them who like. If I wrote it, I would have changed this. It still keeps the concept. You don't need to change any of the scenes.
I think that's
and
the
it
stuff
gives a better characterization growth of, like just for example, like stuff like that. I'm like, oh wow, that's really cool. Like, and think about that. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, I think that's the stuff that bothers me the most because creating something is so difficult. When people are like, well, I would have done it this way. It's like, okay, cool. Let me see your screenplay.
But that's not right.
I know, right. But like it bothers.
Because they're trying to just be like, I think a couple things could have been done better, but I love the product that we were given.
Yeah, whenever I see that kind of stuff, I'm like, okay, but where's the thing that you wrote? Like, I think
that's the wrong way to go about it.
Let's see your creation, because it's really easy to be like, well, I would change this, or I would have done this differently, or I would have done so-and-so differently, but
that
then
motherfucker just sneezed on
you're
me.
not really creating anything either. So, like, it's not that you have to be creative, but it's so easy to look at something in hindsight and be like, well, this could have done better, or this could have been said well, or this characterization was bad, and I would have written it this way.
I think it's different because you're not allowed to get criticism unless somebody's higher than you.
No, I think you're allowed to do criticism, but when people are like, well, I would have completely written it different, it's like, you didn't even write anything. I'm
specifically talking like just scenes. So they were like, the scene could have been done better, give the characterization for this person better, have the story be, more crazy.
I mean, sometimes those can be fine, but like when whole channels are built off that, like it's just like, go create something yourself then, man.
I disagree. We should beat this next time though, because we're running a little long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't press the button. You jumped in the level. I was like trying not to jump into the level. I'm like, Sam, what are you doing? We will see you guys next time. Beep, bop, boop.
Ooh.
Sam.
I was gonna hit pause and then you hit
There's
pause.
one thing I don't like about this game. Oh wait, I can't say anything. I didn't make a game. I don't like how
I'm shaking my head so you guys can't see.
I like how the second player game that we have you on second player, you have full agency. None of the fucking games I get to play have any agency as second player.
Sorry.